Today's subject is tolerate the intolerance. But the next question comes, how long, how much and to what extent? To the extent like our Gandhar, the Gandhar was once very highly progressed civilization, of which once very small example was there, the Bamiyan Buddha statue, which has been destroyed. And not only that Bamiyan Buddha statue, therefrom came our Gandhari. You know, the mother of Duryodhana, and the high character she possessed. So where that character was built, not after her marriage, but before her marriage, that means in Gandhar. And what the situation of Gandhar today, it is now Kandahar, where our IC-814 plane was hijacked and landed, and we were compelled to release very Khunkhar terrorists from our Indian jail. And just 2-3 years back, that Afghanistan was considered as the highest danger zone in the world. So today's Taliban's land, today's the danger zone, that was our land, and the great civilization was there. But that is changed. Not only Gandhar, you see Punjab, you see Sindh, you see East Bengal. In all these areas, I see here that you are very much worried about the issue of grooming. That is, your girls, your daughters are threatened. But in our country, our land is threatened. Our very existence is threatened. And when in 1947, our country, our motherland, which we consider as a living being, that was partitioned, that was divided, the logic was given that we had so long quarrel and dispute, and once for all this dispute will be solved, please accept this partition, etc. All these logics were put up. But what we saw with the bloodshed, with the massacre of 1946-47, we accepted partition, we gave up our land, we became refugees in tens of millions. But after just 43 years of that partition in 1990, again Hindus have to be were expelled from Kashmir Valley. That means in 1947 that problem was not solved. And therefore our deacon leaders, either they misguided us or they were ignorant. They could not see what is the root cause of the threat. And therefore, after Pakistan, after partition, then Kashmir, and is that trend, that direction is stopped or reversed? But we see that that is not stopped. Again, more land may be Hindu-less. Therefore, since we West Bengal, we are on the border, and we are one time victim of this partition, and after partition, we took West Bengal, at least 2 crores of Hindu refugees from East Pakistan. Therefore, Hindus' percentage should have gone up there. But instead, in 1947, when in our part of Bengal, that is West Bengal, there was 19% Muslim and 81% Hindu, and today there is 30% Muslim and 70% Hindu. How it happened? We took so many Hindu refugees, therefore, in spite of that, their number is going up and up. And all these are being tolerated for political correctness, for the the peculiar conception of secularism, of tolerance, etc. And too big to being tolerant, we will lose our land, we will again become refugees. Your Western world is much worried about Islamic terrorism. But in India, we are not worried about the Lashkar-e-Toiba or Al-Qaeda, etc. Because in the remote rural areas, there are these terrorist organizations that don't strike. But they are our common people, very innocent rural people in the remote areas. They are bullied, they are threatened, they are scared, and their daughters, their sisters are snatched away. What is called love jihad, I call it fraud jihad, by deceit jihad. Our daughters are, girls are being snatched away. And all these, this voting democracy, electoral democracy, it made the situation more dangerous for our Hindus. Therefore, here whenever I come to, three times I visited US and first time in UK, I always hear from you about the human rights violation. But I am a little confused that our existence is threatened. Then the human rights violation, since the real thing is that you are actually secure, we are not secure. And this, I am coming to the point, terrorism. Where the suicide bombers are built, where these human fodders are created, in the madrasas. It is as simple. If you pick up a child at the age of 5 or 6 or 4 and you start to indoctrinate him or her, then what will be the result? And the entire world, entire human civilization will not see the threat in this madrasa education. Can we expect that one 4-year, 5-year, 6-year child, he is going to madrasa and he is taught this, that, etc. Mu'min, kafir, jihad, jannat, all these things. And its consequence we have to face. Therefore, my appeal to the entire humanity, my appeal to the Western people, that please put on your government, put on your institutions to put pressure on these Middle East countries who always send money to proliferation of madrasas. It is dangerous for our humanity. Therefore, now the thing is human rights violation. So we have to protect our land. And when in India we say that Hindus are being victim of this communal or sectarian aggression, atrocities, etc., sometimes the world cannot believe it, because you are there still 80%. So always majority they torture upon the minority, and you are 80%. You say that you are being tortured. How it can happen? But this is happening. Therefore, my humble submission that this human rights violation, yes, you do it here, but we have to protect our land, we have to protect our civilization, we have to protect our culture, we have to protect our religion. Therefore, we must build our defense force. And that is our duty, that is my duty. And I am not very much eager to expand my work all over India. I want to create a role model in my state, West Bengal, which was once victim of partition, that no more, and we will not allow to make our West Bengal like Kashmir-like situation. Therefore, it is our duty to protect our land, our culture, our religion, and I am building that force. And another notion is that Hindus are not that much courageous, etc., etc. I do not accept at all this thing. Hindus never lose any battle. Hindus lose battle either before fighting it or after in the table. However, there are courageous Hindus, particularly from the economically and educationally backward communities, and they are the most sufferer of these atrocities, of these religious atrocities. Therefore, it is our duty to, today you know very well that caste or varna in practice does not depend upon the birth. Therefore, today the protector of the society, which we call Kshatriya, these Kshatriyas will come out and coming out from the backward section of our society, and we have to give them honor, we have to give them respect that you are our protector, you are Kshatriya, and we must stand by them in their self-resistance and to protect our country, our province, our land, our religion, our culture, our civilization. That work we are doing, and we are getting success thanks to the more and more Islamic fundamentalism, radicalism and terrorism perhaps, and also thanks to the appeasement for vote, getting more vote, more block vote. We are doing this work totally non-politically. My organization's name is Hindu Samhati, that means Hindu solidarity, and you perhaps understand that in a democracy, in electoral democracy, the people will be divided among the political parties. 100% people cannot come to one single party. Now, if we want to make solidarity among the Hindus, therefore I must not follow a particular political party, because in politics, in power politics, there are many issues. A simple example, if you take in our India reservation policy. Either if you take reservation policy, some people will be disappointed, they will be angry. If you scrap reservation, some people will be disappointed and angry. Therefore, if you want to bring all Hindus at the same platform, then you must not be attached with a single political party. That is the basic condition, I think, of any community solidarity. And therefore, I am trying to do this, build up this Hindu defense force, non-politically, that means non-partisan way. I must have some political opinion, but if I have to give opinion on reservation, on this, on economic policy, on GST, etc., then naturally many people may not agree with me. Therefore, this work is protecting our land and culture and our religion and honor of our women and the honor of our temples, our deities, which are regularly attacked. There are so many riots in Bengal. Just last July, there was big riot, and there is a long list. I don't want to put here to resist all this, to protect ourselves. Whatever I am trying to do, that is build up the Hindu defense force, particularly from the backward communities and non-partisan, non-political way.